So I'm here in the San Fernando Valley in a city called Panorama City. And so one of the things that's happening with Los Angeles is the rise in homelessness. A lot of it is because of political reasons and because a lot of drugs and things of that nature. But what's happening is because of the cost of Los Angeles becoming so expensive, many people can't afford to live here. You know, an average home in Los Angeles now can easily be $700,000-$800,000. So, you know, if you're buying a home and paying rent, you're easily paying $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month just for rent. And that's not including, you know, food, insurances, and other costs of living. It's become so expensive over the years that it's created these huge discrepancies. And so, as you can see here, a lot of people now are living in the parks because this is all they can afford. And like I said, things are so expensive here that homelessness is just increasing. And it's crazy because from Panorama City to a city like Beverly Hills is maybe 25 minutes or so. And you go from like one of the poorest areas to one of the wealthiest within a, 25-30 minute time frame, which is wild to think such a discrepancy in such a discrepancy in the cost of living. And so it's pretty wild to see how things have changed. But yeah, so I'm going to take you all through kind of a walkthrough of this area. This is Panorama City. So it's a largely Spanish community. So you'll see a lot of things that give you the Spanish style environment. I don't know what other words to use there, but let's take a look and see what we have. Give you guys a look here. So one of the things with these Spanish communities, you'll have a lot of vendors who will sell their things on the streets like this. So like if we look here, you have a very common thing where this is in front of the Department of Water and Power, and these street vendors just set up all their stuff to sell their different items on the fences. So it's very similar if you've ever been to a country like Mexico. It's very similar to that of like Mexico, where you just set up and you're literally just selling things on the sides of the roads, no licenses, no permits. And it keeps things relatively affordable. And so that's a very common thing to see here in this type of neighborhood. But I'll show you guys a little more of what the area looks like. Like I said, it's predominantly a Spanish community. So Panorama City is mostly Latino. A lot of Mexicans and other mixed Spanish groups come here. So you see, you have like the McDonald's. Let's see what other things we see here in this area. So a lot of public transportation in these areas. You'll see a lot of bus routes, a lot of check cash places. Those are very commonplace here. Lots of check cash places. Let's see here. We should probably go by the Panorama Mall because that's probably one of the larger Spanish areas. You know what? Let's do that. I'll take you guys to the Panorama Mall because that area's got way more to look at and to see. But yeah, this was just kind of a small overlook of the Panorama City area. Like I said, a lot of homelessness, a lot of street vendors. That's one part of it, but we'll take a look at some of the other areas and see what we can find and see what we can see. Okay, see you all soon.